So we are back. This is part 2 of chat number 190. Let's see, after they're typewritten. Of chat number 192, make a plan for unexpected food. And Barbara just asked the magic questions. So, oh yeah, and my Christy said, and Casey made the cute sleeve for the coffee cup. So this has been in this sleeve now for over 2 hours, and it's still cold. And yes, Casey does make these. Okay, so Barbara just asked the magic question about how was week 2 on purple. Okay, we're going to talk about it, Barbara, so thank you for that nice little segue in. So those of you who haven't been with us for the last couple of weeks, I normally do, oh wait, Sylvia says she bought the Pedal Java kit, the cold brew kit for her and coffee for her sister in Colorado, and she loves it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm on week 2 on purple. If you've just joined us, or if you're coming back after a little while away, I am normally on green. So normally I do WW My Way green because it is the most like the old, just regular Smart Point system. So my schedule is hectic. I need lots of choices, but COVID, my mom passing away, being trapped here by myself for 5 weeks, life in general, it's been crazy, and I was up almost 20 pounds. And remember, I'm like you. I have to go weigh in November the 1st through the 30th to get back on my lifetime, and I don't want to pay. I'm not planning on paying. So I'm doing purple. I was going to do it for 7 days, and Lynn says she, on her first week on purple, she lost 0.4. Yay. And Kathy did not do well on green this week. So I'm just going to say, me personally, just my lifestyle, I like green better for my lifestyle, but green was not giving me what I needed to kick this back in the rear, after all of this stuff. So the convenience of green was actually working against me right now. Again, just during all of this stuff that's been going on for the last 6 months, which life is just not normal right now anyway. So, and a lot of people asked me why I did not just switch to blue in the center, because purple's really restrictive for me. And just with my schedule, green was a little too loosey-goosey for me right now, because I'm living loosey-goosey, whatever, right now. Blue would have sounded like a safe, middle road. But what I saw this last 2 weeks is I need to stay on purple. Me personally, just talking about me, I personally need to stay on purple because I have had too many situations this last couple of weeks, because of my schedule, where it would have been super easy with those extra little bit, extra few points to go grab something that was processed, to grab something that was like, we have peanut butter crackers in a filing cabinet upstairs. I stay away from that filing cabinet because I would eat them every single day. There's nothing wrong with peanut butter crackers, but I would eat them every single day. Every day. I don't know why. I have this weird obsession with already prepared peanut butter crackers. But I would be eating processed foods, things with too much salt, blah, 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 blah. So let's talk about the second week on purple. So the first week on purple, I did really well. I had a great weight loss. My feet were feeling better. Ate lots of yummy food. I really focused on vegetables and fruit. I didn't eat hardly any meat the first week on purple, and I did really well. I lost a little over 5 pounds. Okay, so this is the second week. So I've been on purple officially for 14 days now. I went ahead and decided to stay on it just so that I wouldn't, I don't know, I was just afraid to get too loose, right now, because I really need to kick this into gear. So I've officially completed 14 days. If you remember the last 2 weeks in the extra credit portion, we've been talking about about my journey on purple, kind of the concerns that I had, some things that I was making, and some plans that I was gonna make. So I also had I had 5 concerns. If you want to go back and watch those were the last 2 weeks. So that was chat number, let's see, it would have been chat number, I think 190 and 191. You can go back and watch those on YouTube. You can go back to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and find those. If you need to see the written transcripts for them, Jessica does a great job of getting those up like within a day or two of when we have the chat. You can go print them, you can read them, you can refer back to them. That's all free. You can go to YouTube. Casey gets those up almost like 99% of the time. She gets them up the next day. So at some point tomorrow, both of these videos, and we divide them up into 2. There will be one that's the full hour and one that is just the second half. So if you just need to go back and watch the second half, she provides that for you. Thank you, Casey and Jessica. Okay, so we've been talking about this for 2 weeks. This is the third week. So I had 5 concerns about being on purple. I also had some very specific reasons for being on purple, and you can go back and watch that. If you're following the blue or the green chat, no problem, because this applies to all of us. Because let's face it, the points and what you eat, it's all relative. So it just, kind of the plan, the color plan that you choose, kind of directs you towards this type of food, or this type of food. But we're all should be getting about the same amount of food, per, for our Weight Watcher dollar, for our blue, green, or purple dollar. Okay, so if you remember, one of my biggest concerns was time constraints. So this continues to be my number one problem. So, I had real high hopes, for last week, and I was not going to wait until 2:30 any day to eat. I was going to make sure that I got all that food in, and I was going to go hide in the bathroom if I had to eat. Did not happen. It was a terrible week for lunch last week. Horrible week for lunch last week. I mean, horrible. I don't think I had any meltdowns like I did the week before, but I've got to get a handle on this time thing at work. And yes, Sylvia, they do all kind of even each other out. But we have been blessed with amazing customers, and lots of them here at Casey Kitchen Center. So we don't just do food things at Casey Kitchen Center. We also design countertops. We do granite, marble, recycled glass, soapstone, whatever countertops. So we've been blessed to abundance with customers, with people that need design work, with people that need, help with tile selections, countertop selections, things like that. That takes a long time. It takes a long time. I mean, hardly anybody comes in and says, I want that and that. Usually it's a long design process. We are blessed to abundance with those people. And if y'all know me, if you've ever met me, it is impossible for me to walk off from them. Okay. So even if I have my lunch in my hand and a new customer walks in, somebody that didn't make an appointment, and I hear them talking to the girls, I'll go, oh, and I'll set it down. I find it impossible not to go help them, because I want to go meet, talk to, greet everybody. I want to welcome them. And if I could hug them, I probably would. Okay. So, I refuse to stop doing purple though, because this week, 100%, every day this week, I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to get to eat my lunch today. I'm not going to get to eat, the soup that I made. So I'm going to go grab a pack of crackers. And I went, nope, I'm on purple. And Betty, I'm the owner. We don't have scheduled lunch. Owners don't get scheduled. Betty wanted to know if I have scheduled lunches. I don't get a scheduled lunch. Doesn't happen. And honestly, if I was leaving to go do lunch and somebody was coming in, I can't help myself. I would turn around and follow them in to talk to them. Anyway, so so I would have 100% every single day this week. If I had been on blue or green, I would have gone upstairs and gotten a pack of crackers just to hurry up, or I would have had the girls bring me one. Okay. So not going to do it. I'm going to stay on purple because I'm determined to get back on this right track. Doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to green later, but I've got to keep going. I've got to get off of this weird cycle that I'm on because of all this, COVID junk from the beginning of the year. Okay, second concern was I'm not a prepper. Still not a prepper. It's not going to happen. Last week I made a ginormous crock pot of my plant-based version of the pasta e fagioli soup from Olive Garden. Made a huge thing of it. Everybody loved it. They all had multiple helpings of it. I didn't have time to eat any of it. One of the girls even went and got some, put it in a bowl, heated it up, had a spoon, had it ready for me. But somebody walked in and I went, it's okay. I'll just eat it later. I'll get it later. You can ask Casey. I'm real, I'll just get it later. But I can't tell them no. Okay, so everybody else enjoyed it. I didn't get to have much of it. It was delicious though. And there's some in the freezer, so I'll try to have it later. So we're going to talk about my lack of prepping skills. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. The third one the concern was I don't know when to stop. I'm telling you, Gwen's suggestion this has worked for me every day for the last 2 weeks. So Gwen suggested during one of our 2:30 meetings, I was getting some really good advice from people who are successfully on purple. And I know Linda in our meeting is Mindy. I can't remember which color plan you're following. But Gwen had said, and Gwen normally does blue, but she said for her, if you're at risk, like I am, of eating too much, of something that's 0 points, that instead of going for a second serving of the same thing on 0, so let's say if you were having whole wheat pasta, instead of going for a second serving of whole wheat pasta that's 0 on purple, she said switch to a serving of something different. So I did that for the last 2 weeks, and that worked for me. That kind of cut it off. So I did not go back and and binge eat, except for grapes. And again, I could eat a lot of grapes, but that actually worked for me to switch to a different 0 point food. So thank you very much, Gwen, for that suggestion. It worked. I loved it. Okay, successes that I had this last 2 weeks. My feet feel great. I think I've had maybe 3 Advil this week, maybe. And I wasn't eating them like candy, but I was taking it before I went to bed. First thing when I got up in the morning, I was hobbling. My feet feel great. They have not been swollen at all for the last, it took me a couple of days into the first week for the swelling to go down. And so now it's been 10 days, at least 10 days. No swelling. All of my shoes fit again. I can tie them. I can lace them. They feel great. My feet feel great. So I'm definitely going to continue with this because my feet feel awesome. And I've only had just a couple of ibuprofen this week. And that was more from adding distance. So Casey and I added some distance to our walks on Tuesday. And Karen and I have added a loop, so that was more from that than from anything else. Another success, I got to have a little more weight off, even though weight loss was not, my number one reason for being on purple. Let's face it, it was pretty high. But even though that was not my number one prime motivation for being on purple, I did lose a little bit more weight. So I'm just over 6 pounds total, the 2 weeks on purple. So I'm super pleased about that. So now I just have about 14 to go before I can go weigh in November. Okay. So that was a success, but something that I need to change is I need to hashtag bulk it up. And if you haven't seen any of our hashtag bulk it up chats, you need to go back and find them. You need to go back and watch them. I don't care which plane you're on. I don't care if you are blue, green, or purple. You need to go back and watch a hashtag bulk it up video or chat. So week 1, I was gung-ho on the veggie train. I was channeling my mom. Come on, Mom, what would you eat? What would you eat? What would you eat? What would you eat? And I was high on the veggie train. Week 2, I decided to relax a little bit and add back in some things, add back in some lean proteins, and some beans, and then some whole grain pastas, whole wheat pastas or grains, or things like that. But it was a little too much. Too many beans, too much whole grain pasta. As soon as I added it back in, I ended up having whole grain pasta every single night, every night that week. Okay, too much. It was too much for me. It was too much, and I was starting to feel a little bit bloated again. So I'm switching back to focusing on vegetables and fruit this week, and that is where the hashtag bulk it up comes in. Not going to go into great gory detail. It's on a past chat. We have a chat for that, so you can go back and check that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is another effort. Thank you, Betty. This is another effort to get ahead of this. So, and good, I think I've left us just enough time to go over all these. Okay, so the hiding in the bathroom plan didn't work. The going and finding somewhere here at the chapel, didn't work. It's me. It's not other people. I understand that. And Casey, do not rub this in my face next week when I'm going. I don't ever get any time by myself. Me. I don't ever plan any time by myself, and I don't ever take any time by myself. So it's all on me. I have a newish little scenario happening in that we have been so blessed here at Casey Kitchen Center. Again, on the countertop side of it, we have been. Don't stop buying the retail stuff, please. But we have been so blessed on the countertop side of it that John and I, I'm pretty sure it's since June, we have either hired or changed positions for 11 people. 11. So, when everybody else is laying people off, we're hiring people or promoting people to a different position or putting them in a different position to help, so that we're not here 24 hours a day. John runs the shop. I'm here every day. we were working, we were working like 5 a.m. till about 8 p.m. And then he had set up a second computer at home trying to get ahead of this. So we have hired or moved around 11 people since June trying to get all of this covered. And I'm telling you, they are doing a fabulous job. Fabulous. This is the best group of people that we have ever had. Customers are happy. We're happy. I'm sleeping now till 5:30 instead of being here at 5:30. So that is awesome and amazing. But it presents a new tiny, tiny little issue for me. And that is there are people here when I get here. So normally when I arrive at Casey Kitchen Center, I have been here by myself for an hour and a half to 2 hours every morning leading up to this alone. So I had time I'd go work a little bit and I'd go make some breakfast and come back and sit down and eat it. That ain't happening right now. So this is me trying to figure out how to get ahead. So I'm hoping that if there's somebody else out there in TV land who struggles with finding the time, what to make, how to make it, don't have time to cook, not going to eat it if it's not already ready. So I'm hoping that this will help you all too, and I will let you know how this goes. So first thing I decided to do, I got to get a grip on breakfast. I have to get a grip on breakfast. I'm not going to get up at 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning and eat breakfast. I can't do it. I like breakfast. I love to eat breakfast in the morning. It doesn't have to be eggs, and it doesn't have to be a breakfasty top cereal. It doesn't have to be a breakfasty top food, but I just can't do it at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I like to eat at about 8 or 8:30. I would be perfectly happy if my first meal of the day was 8:39. That would make me perfectly happy. But right now, while I'm waiting to do that, there are other people here by then. And since there are other people here, they need, Kelly, I need this. Kelly, where's that? Kelly, what's my next assignment? Kelly, what do I need to do? Kelly, show me how to do this. Show me how to do that. Because they're all still learning. They're all still training. So Orlando Debbie sent me a recipe last week, I think it was, for overnight oats. Not going to lie, the last time I tried overnight oats, they gagged me. I couldn't stand them. They were nasty. It was one of the nastiest things I had ever put in my mouth. But, I know, Teresa, it was one of the nastiest things I'd ever put in my mouth. And I tried them like 3 days in a row. And I thought, I will never, ever, ever eat those again. But, okay. And Debbie, I don't have time to even make boiled eggs and toast. But, I did take your advice, though, I took the thing that you shared on the overnight oats. Here's where I made my mistake. And I will show you. The first time that I tried overnight oats, and it's been years ago, apparently I was using quick cook oats. Didn't know, nobody told me whatever. So Orlando Debbie sent me an overnight oats recipe, and I thought, okay, just because Debbie said, I'll try it one more time. I'll try them one more time. Hello, old-fashioned oats. Duh, you have to use old-fashioned oats. Apparently the quick cook oats, something funky happens with them, because I'm telling you, those were nasty. So I've switched to the old-fashioned oats. I had the recipe that Debbie sent me. I've had it twice now because I tested it on a not work day so that I could see. So I've had it twice now. And today before we started the chat, I made 3 things of overnight oats that are going to go in the refrigerator, and they will be available to me to eat for work tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm going to try and see how this goes. I made them in half-pint jars. Some people would say, oh no, you can have a point's worth of overnight oats on purple in a huge mason jar. I understand that. I can probably eat this. I mean, I can eat a lot more food than this, but I probably have time to eat this. And I've already tried this one, and it was yummy. Thank you very much, Orlando Debbie. So good, so much better with the old-fashioned oats. I feel silly not figuring that out before, but it was so much better, so much better. So this one is pumpkin spice, and we will be posting recipes in the next few days. Jessica loves it when I make like multiple things during one chat, because instead of 1 recipe to post, she's going to have 4 to post for tonight. But this one is the pumpkin spice, and it's the recipe that Debbie sent me with just a couple of modifications. So quickly, it is, each one of these has, because it's this size, and yes, Betty, eventually we will be sharing the recipe. So And yeah, and Sandra's exactly right. So if you don't like it cold, you can post it. I mean, you can pop it in the microwave. So if you don't want it, just don't let the glass get too hot. Don't pick it up if it's too hot. But anyway, so each one of these starts with, because it's this size jar, it starts with 1/3 of a cup of old-fashioned oats. Now, Debbie's recipe is going to say a cup and a cup and a blah, 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 blah. So this is going to be this is 1/3 of a cup in this size jar, the half quart or half pint jar, 1/3 of a cup of old-fashioned oats, 1/3 of a cup of unsweetened almond and coconut milk. Her recipe has a little bit something different in it. It's got 2 tablespoons of pumpkin. It's just canned pumpkin. It's not pumpkin pie. It's just canned pumpkin. And then it's got some flavorings in it. And it also I included a teaspoon of chia seeds. So because I've talked us to death, I'm not going to go over every single ingredient. But this is the pumpkin pie spice one. It does have Dax pumpkin pie spice in it. I've already tried this one. Amazing. Thank you, Debbie, for making me try that again. This one is an Almond Joy. So this one, again, starts with the same ingredients. It starts with the old-fashioned oats, and it starts with, and they also have non-fat plain Greek yogurt in them. But again, we'll post the recipe in the next couple of days. We'll probably post them one a day. But the base, the base is the old-fashioned oats, like unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened coconut milk. I did the unsweetened almond and coconut milk. And then plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and then you can start adding your ingredients. So this one also has some sugar-free Hershey's syrup. It does have the chia seeds. I only added 1 teaspoon of chia seeds because a tablespoon had 3 points. I wasn't spending 3 points on chia seeds. But I did add the teaspoon for 1 point of chia seeds because I heard, and I'll let you know how it goes, that the chia seeds, since they swell up, that it's going to help keep me full until I can grab something for lunch. So that's the whole point, is to try and not be crazy by the time I do get something else to eat. But on the Almond Joy one, this one actually is 3 points because I added the pumpkin pie spice one's only 1. The Almond Joy one, I added some almond slivers, some unsweetened toasted coconut, and some Lily's dark chocolate chips. So I have not tried this one yet. Can't wait to try it, and that'll be in a couple of days. And then the third overnight oats, because y'all know me, I can't eat the same thing 2 days in a row, so I had to make it 3 different flavors. This one has mango flavored skinny syrup in it, and then tomorrow, or the day that I eat it, I'm going to use one of the Dole's no sugar added, mandarin oranges. The no sugar added, the ones that are just packed in water for some reason still have points. I don't count them if I'd rinse it off, but this is the no sugar added, and it's 0. So I'm going to put that on top before I eat this one. So those are like 1 to 3 points. The most is 3 points. Again, I made them a size. Okay, Alicia, I'll let you know what I think, because Alicia doesn't like the chia seeds. I'll let you know. But I think I'll have a much better chance of consuming these first thing in the morning, because, this is small enough, and it's contained in this, and I don't have to do anything else to it. It's already ready. So if somebody's standing there saying, hey, I don't know how to do this, I need your help with this, I can just grab my spoon and I can walk around with them, and eat it. So, I don't know. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that this is going to be a success, because I love hard-boiled eggs. I'm still trying to make, the hard-boiled eggs. I'm still trying to do, some of the other stuff, but it's just awkward to walk around eating the hard-boiled eggs. So I'm going to try the overnight oats. So I will let you all know how that goes. And everybody's asking, hot or cold, hot or cold. The first time when I used the wrong kind of oatmeal, didn't matter, hot or cold. Ugh, it was awful. The pumpkin pie one, the one that off of the recipe that Debbie gave me, and it made it made like a giant mason jar, like a quart size jar. It was so huge. I ate it cold, loved it. But this one, the pumpkin pie spice one, I think would have also been equally good cold. Second thing, because I've left us with like 3 minutes to talk about this, the second thing is for lunch. So again, I'm not going to have time to go heat up a bowl of soup. We'll try to have soup again this week, but I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that we're going to have it. So what I did instead is I've made a couple of these, and it's just, and somebody had said earlier, a salad in a jar. Well, y'all know I love salads in a jar. I know, Trish, I don't know. It depends on the customer. Trish said, but will you eat it with a customer? Probably not. Probably not. But, and again, it depends on the customer. I mean, I have some customers like Kim. Yeah, Kim would probably just sit down and eat one with me, but yeah, probably not. But at least I could set it down and I could put it, Casey could make me some little tiny, Casey, you can make me some little tiny, tiny baby koozies so that it stays cold on my desk in case I have to come back to it and eat it. Awesome. Okay, so this, and Alicia said, what about a cold vegetable soup? Maybe, doesn't that have a name? Doesn't cold vegetable soup have a name? Is that what ratatouille is? No, that's not ratatouille. What is that? Anyway, I feel like cold vegetable soup has a name, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would be satisfied. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, Alicia. But this I could eat, and I could come back to this, and I feel like I could put the lid on it, and I could keep coming back to it. Nothing in here is so delicate that it would, you know, like gazpacho. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But nothing in here is so delicate that it would languish. You know, and I mean, like, I think it would all still be fine if I had to go help somebody and come back. The bonus part, good night, John, I'll be home in a little bit. The bonus part of wearing a mask is no one can smell your breath and no one can tell if you have food in your teeth. So that's actually been a bonus. Hello, Chris. But anyway, so what I put in this one is I've got grilled chicken, just a little bit of grilled chicken in here. Grilled chicken breast, and that, or not grilled, but it's, you know, that means chicken breast. So I've got a little bit of that means chicken breast in here. I've got the little teeny tiny mozzarella balls, because remember, I'm trying to add back some protein, but I'm not trying to go crazy with it. And then I have cucumbers, mushrooms, banana peppers, tomatoes, and I feel like I have something else in here. Banana peppers, cucumbers, mozzarella, oh, olives. I have a few olives because I'm still trying to keep the extra sodium down, but I did put a couple of olives in here just because I love olives, and that just seemed to go with it. And then this dressing is G. Hughes sugar-free. I think it's called lemon herb marinade. And so when it's time to eat it, just like the jarred salads, I can flip it over, you know, and let them soak. But all of these vegetables are sturdy enough that that I feel like it'll be good, even if I have to just take a couple of quick bites. Go help somebody, come back, take a couple of quick bites, you know, it's still going to be better than nothing. I hope. Fingers crossed. So we will get all of these recipes posted over the next few days on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Wish me luck. If you are coming into Casey Kitchen Center to purchase anything, just know, if you warn me and tell me that you're one of the egglets, or if you warn one of the girls and let them know that you're one of our egglets, I will probably come out eating this, you know, while you're here. If you're here for countertops, I won't. Yeah, so always, if y'all come in, let the girls know up front that you were here. My Christy did that last week or week before last, and yeah, they came straight and got me. Barbara's been here a couple of times, so it's always fun to see you all. But wish me luck. I'm going to try my best. I think this amount of meal prepping may be just right for me. So we're going to try it, and we're going to see how it goes. So we will get the recipes done as soon as we can. If you need to go back and listen to it again, remember, it's going to be on YouTube. It'll be on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So everybody hang in there. Everybody let me know how your week is going. If you are watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let the next video that is up here, please let that go ahead and roll over. If you want one of these cool aprons or one of our t-shirts, you can go to the Spreadshirt store. That's that last button over there. And most importantly, if you have not yet, please subscribe. Please subscribe to YouTube. Please. And we will work on getting that camera in so that maybe by next week, if we can get it here fast enough, and test it, maybe by next week, we will be widescreen so that it's not on a video like this. So that would be super awesome. So thank you again, everyone who helped out with that. Don't forget to send your happy mail. We love opening it. And you all have an amazing and awesome week. Thank you again so much. And I will see you all next time. Good night.